Hello yarn tubers, welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Dana and Benji. Okay, so we are almost done with the Elfin Squares. So let me give you guys an update here. First of all, I screwed up. I kind of got some names and addresses mixed up between the two swaps, the spring square swap and the Elfin Square swap. So let me just read to you guys. I did email a bunch of people out today to verify what, okay, here we go. In group one, the ones that I have confirmed are Robin, Adrienne, Miss C, Darcia in La Grande, Kim in Pennsylvania, myself, Paige in Texas, Rebecca in South Carolina, Marie in New Jersey, Narina in Canada, Steve, you know who you are, Elle in Washington, Carrie in Washington, Doris in Oregon, and Cindy. We actually have a second Canadian. Cindy's also in Canada. The ones in group one that I do not have, there's a Jamie Bouguet, and I had her in both groups. So, and I could have messed this up with the spring square swap list because it's a long story. Please forgive me. So Jamie Bouguet, Joanne in Washington, who else? That's it. Those are the two in group one that I'm not confident are really in the groups. Okay, now group two, the ones I feel confident are in here. Katie in Minnesota, Ellen in Illinois, Debbie in Ohio, Anissa in Texas, Chris in Idaho. I got that, Jamie. Okay. Sherry in New Hampshire. Okay, the ones that I am not confident about being in this is Shelly in Indiana, that Jamie Bouguet again, Judy in Michigan, Nancy in New Jersey, and Paula in New York. So I check your emails, people. If I didn't email you and I mentioned that I'm confident, you know, everything's cool. But I did email people to determine how big of a mess I've made of this. Now, a couple things happening. First of all, these groups will not be filled, I don't think, by November 1st. But like, who was it who mentioned this in the live the other day, that actually we've decided that's fine, because that means you mail out less and you've already made 40. So you're going to mail out to the ones who are participating and you'll just use more of your own squares to make the blanket. I'm happy with that. Next year, if we do this next year, I think I'm going to call it the winter square swap, and it will be one group of 40. We'll just make it easy. One group of 40. Okay, so there has been a little bit of an update to this. So I am going to go ahead and read this to you one last time. I'm not going to keep pushing to get people in the groups because of what I just said. We'll have less to mail out. It will cost less, right? Okay. Updated October 19th. Now with a giveaway. Our Elfin Squares is a crochet square swap for 2024. If you haven't heard back from me recently, please email me at DanasWanderlustCrochet@gmail.com. Giveaway alert. The first two people to email me a picture of their completed Elfin project using all of the squares at 12 a.m. Pacific time on January 1st, 2025 will receive a $50 Amazon gift card. The first two people. It's got to be midnight, New Year's Day, Pacific time. I've decided Pacific time. Okay, how to join. Anyone in the U.S. or Canada can participate by sending your mailing address to DanasWanderlustCrochet@gmail.com. Please let me know if you're able to ship to Canada, as we have 2 Canadians participating in group 1. Feel free to invite your crochet friends both in person and online. Here's how the swap works. 1. Crochet 40 squares in any pattern. Each square should be 8 by 8 inches in your favorite Christmas colors or whatever colors. Use DK 3-weight yarn only. No animal fibers, meaning wool or alpaca. Yak, puppy, whatever. Okay, blocking. Here's another thing I've relented on. Blocking your squares before mailing is encouraged, but not required. I'm blocking mine. I've got my blocking mat up there, and I've been working on my squares. Okay, mail 2 squares to each participant in your group. Keep 2 squares for yourself. All squares should be mailed flat. By the end, each participant will have a total of 40 squares. Group details. There will be 2 groups of 20 people. Group 1 will include both U.S. and Canadian participants, with only 2 in that group right now. I will send out the group mailing. Group 2 will be U.S. only. I will send out the group mailing list on or around November 1st. We're just going to cut it off. Mail your squares by November 30th. You can start crocheting anytime, but be sure you mail your squares by the deadline. A blanket made from 40 squares will be 5 squares across by 8 squares long, which gives you a finished size of 40 by 64 before adding a border. Blah, 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 blah. If the groups don't fill up, you won't need to mail as many squares, and you can use your leftover squares to complete the blanket, which is what's going to happen. I have also shared out this link that's an affordable mailing envelopes from Amazon. So that's all of it. So I've been working on these today. I'm sitting in our Lincoln, Nebraska terminal. I've been working on these, and I have like 23, 24 squares done now. With 1 is on the blocking board right now. So I'm really, really enjoying having this time off, waiting for them to work on a few things on my truck while I'm here, so that I can get back out on the road. So let me know what you think. Are you still on the fence? We have room in both groups. I think we have 13 or 14 in group 1. Let me see how many. Well, I can tell you right now. Let's see. I have 14 listed. I'm not sure about a couple of them. Group 2, I have 11 listed. I'm just not sure. Isn't that funny? I thought that group 2 would fill up first, but people really wanted to participate with the Canadians, which I think is amazing. So I'm cooking a steak. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska. We are not moving very fast. There's a piece of skirting on the side of my truck. It's a great big piece of plastic is what it is. And I've been just it keeps popping off these little connectors, and it starts flapping going down the road. That thing could be a missile into somebody else's car. So it has to be fixed. So I'm waiting to hear from them to tell me that I can bring it in. So that is all that's going on here. I can't think of anything else. Steak, coffee, squares. Talk to me in the comments. What do you think about the square swap now? What do you think about, changing it up for next year? Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye.